so
Only here on twitch.tv/Sulack_.
exactly, you gotta have the underscore. All right, so we have our expert judges here with us. Clearly,
our sophisticated panel.
they have been picked from the best in the world, and they have have over 500 years of art judging experience. So we can guarantee that they will
all the math.
They will absolutely pick the best
I was actually
screenshot.
Picasso in my previous life.
Oh, okay, okay. That makes perfect sense to me. So there are going to be two different winners today. There's going to be a judge's favorite winner, which is going to be the number one, and then there is going to be the reacted winner. Okay. So we already have a few with the reactions on them already. But I'm going to be setting up a very specific reaction for all of the different screenshots. Whichever screenshot gets the most reactions will be the second place winner and receive the second place server. But the number one winner will be handpicked by Kiri and Sleepy here. And we have we're gonna go through the images one at a time. We're gonna say kind of what we think is good, what we think is could be improved, all that kind of constructive criticism stuff. And then once we've gone through all of the images, then we will pick our favorite. All right, gamers. So first one, we got a post by Yeti Lord. We have, of course, Yeti Lord is a Bedrock player with that the console and whatnot. So I want to make sure that we are not judging based off of just the texture pack or the shaders. Super important.
That was like my first thought, and then I noticed the Bedrock, and I went, okay, never mind.
Yeah, right. We could say it's a.
I'm judging fairly with the resources available.
Exactly. So, Sleepy, give us your first impressions of this image.
First impressions, I like the composition. I like the shadow and the lighting. Very interesting that it's a selfie submitted for a contest, but you know what? Self-portrait's a thing.
Okay.
I do like the Enderman posing in the back left too. It looks like he's posing for the selfie too.
It does.
And what's that off to the left? Is it a horse butt?
It looks like a skeleton horse butt. Yep.
Yeah, fan of the skeleton horse butt.
All right.
So yeah, that's my thoughts.
Kiri, first impressions on this little guy here. What do you think?
I'm liking the armor stand in the background with the enchanted iron.
Showing off his gear, yeah.
Nice flex. Flexing the beacon.
My eye is immediately drawn to the dock in the background too, which really complements the boat.
Oh, it is really nice. I didn't see that. I thought it was part of the boat, but it gives depth to the image.
Yeah, and it's very much in the style of like what a Minecraft village would be like, and almost what a naturally generated boat would look like. So I like that attention to lore.
All right. We'll just flip over to the next one here. We're just gonna go through them quickly. I gotta pull Kiri up a little bit too because he's so freaking quiet. Here we go. All right. Next one. Next image. Literally just Hal's inventory. Flex.
Nah.
We're gonna move on. Next shot from that. All right.
And is Hal a PC player?
Hal is a PC player, but I don't want to judge based on those shaders. He does have some shader images.
No, I'm not.
We'll be fairly.
It's just with the thought that on PC you can disable UI for free.
Exactly. So I was gonna make that point here too. So if we open up the next image, the next few images, it looks like we still have the UI up. And this is a pretty cool shot with a floating a pillager tower.
Is that naturally generated? That's pretty cool.
It does look naturally generated.
It's a cool find.
I think
I also like the surrealness of Who Am I Today and firework launches.
If you look on the second island, is that another structure on there?
Yeah, that's actually one of those cages where the allays spawn, or other mobs too. So I think this is a really cool picture of a cool find, but is it really like a photography picture? I don't think so. I think it's like a
this I would say this cool find, if done correctly, could have been spectacular.
Absolutely. It could have been an amazing
And at the right
screenshot.
time of day in game too.
Ooh, all the yeah.
Maybe I could see it like at night with the moon looming over it.
And that like lava could right there would be great lighting.
Oh yeah, I see that little lava off to the side. That would be really awesome. Okay, now here's the thing. We'll try to make this pretty quick too, guys. if an image that I bring up is not to your liking, actually, just say pass. We'll just pass it because I'm pretty sure you can tell right away whether or not something is going to win or not. So because we've seen the first few. All right, next image. It's a floating village. I'll just make my first impressions. I am going to say next on this one from my perspective, just because...
Same critique as the last one. Cool finds.
Yeah, same critique.
But not compositionally impressive.
Exactly, and the village itself kind of blurs itself into the ground below it. So even though it is a floating village, you don't really see much of it. Yes, there's the house off in the distance, but I think a pass for that. What do you guys think?
Yeah, an angle could show this off a lot better, but pass.
Definitely.
Agreed.
All right, next image.
Me likey.
I think this is a nice image here. What do you guys think?
I am a little partial to underground stuff, as all of my bases wind up being underground. But I like the I don't know if this was created by a player or
It looks
if
like it.
it was naturally generated, but I actually really like the textures in the ceiling. How it's a nice kind of naturally generated looking, but also balanced visually of all of the textures of the gray blocks that you can get.
I love the build,
as well as the remaining authentic with the lush cave biome, but also incorporating the fun mushrooms. I would this is really fun to look at, and I like all the lighting elements to it too, because you've got the shadows and you've got the light.
Kiri, first impressions?
My thoughts would probably be my eye is immediately drawn to the mushrooms in the background. It's just the right amount of out of place that it still feels like it flows, you know?
It's surreal, but you wouldn't doubt that Minecraft might come up with that for some reason.
Definitely.
In its weird generation.
Well, this is actually all made by Howl, so this entire area is none of it's naturally generated. My one critique is that it is not focused on any one particular thing.
Yeah.
It is kind of a very generalized open screenshot.
FOV's a little funky.
Yes. I'll just show you guys really quickly. If I take a quick screenshot here and I blow it up into an actual image, something like this would have been a lot more refined, right?
This is true.
It just getting rid of the extra ceiling and floor, showing off a little bit of detail, zooming it in a little bit. That field of view, definitely, guys, for taking screenshots, if you are taking a screenshot, make sure you pull your field of view in a little bit, because too much and you get that weird fisheye distortion around the outside. But otherwise, it's a pretty darn good shot.
Which can be okay if you're intentional with it, but in this case,
yeah, it's a
little funky,
a little much. All right, next shot, a very plain shot of a I guess it's an aquarium.
I'm just gonna say pass.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's plain, but I actually rather like it for its simplicity.
Oh, Kiri really likes it. Okay. Why so, Kiri? Give me some.
So I like the incorporation of coral, because that's something that I feel like is overlooked in Minecraft a lot. It's got some really vibrant colors going on. I feel like you could have a little bit more plant life, but it's a small area, so I'll give you a pass for that. When it comes to the screenshot itself, it really does a good job of focusing in on that area itself and the framework around it. You know, puts in a very good.
I'm a mixed message. I'm half on Sleepy's perspective of let's go to the next image, but I'm half on Kiri's perspective of I kind of like this shot. I'm not a fan of the framing. I think the framing of the shot is probably what not ruins it, but doesn't make it as much of a quality shot as it could be. We are cutting off.
The top is cut off bothers me.
Yes. If there was something in the middle that was the focus of it, then you can cut the top off of stuff in the background. but because this is the main shot, it's not as bold. It doesn't really highlight anything within the image. Now, of course, potentially some extra detail, adding some extra items in the shot around the outside would probably...
Or even hopping in the aquarium.
Yeah, it might break it up just a little bit and make it look a little more refined as an image. But overall, that's an okay shot. I'm like a 5 out of 10 here. I'm halfway in between. All right, next image. We have some more of this underground area with
That's a much better
mushrooms.
shot than the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Significant.
I like this one way better than the first one as well, and I think that the FOV almost works on this one because it makes that mushroom in the foreground look massive. Like you're looking up at it and you're like, oh my gosh, this room is so huge, and these mushrooms, what are they doing here?
Well, the little bit of the vine in the corner there is kind of throwing it off for me, but that's like
in the left. You say the left that's on the. I would.
Oh, I like that.
I like to point it out. There's a gradient, right, from left to right. It goes from very simple stone patterns into a very complex open area. Potentially, I think that shading, I guess you'd call it, the transition is a little bit rough. Maybe that's probably what Kiri's seeing in that.
I'm just talking about specifically the
dark vines.
Not the bush that's like flipping into it.
Where left, right? Oh, right side. You're saying far right, like this peeking out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That.
I would be okay with that.
I almost like that.
Yeah, I'd be
This is
okay
like
with
you're
that
in the
poking out
bush.
just a little bit more, so it gives you
there's
depth.
a little bit more to kind of
But it does look like it's just in the way in the shot. You're right. That right side bush peeking out.
It's almost
kinda...
like a finger in front of the lens.
Yeah, exactly. It is very much. Where you could have the hand in the picture be something deliberate, but this isn't very deliberate. It feels very like I just took the picture, look cool, throw it up kind of thing. So
even with it, it's still a contender in my mind. I like this one.
I like the shot too. All right. Next image. We're doing a wide open shot of the hole that Howl built. Oh, with a bunch of pillagers in there too. I'm okay with this image. What do you guys think?
I'm liking it. I kind of like the random. It kind of looks like there's a meteor that's like striking the earth in the background with the blocks floating in the background.
True.
I actually think if we zoom in a little bit, those are icons floating, I think. Yeah, those are icons.
Those are icons.
I'm okay with this one. I think this is quite a bit nicer than some of the previous images that we've seen. But I'm not a fan of the photography of this image. Sleepy, what do you think?
It seems like it just reminds me, like, I feel like I'm about to watch a Minecraft build tutorial and not so much like, oh wow, I'm impressed
like
with the project. It's not like a project show off, it's more of a like a, I'm about to show you how to do some redstone kind of vibe.
What do you think, Carrie?
I think that it's another one of those ones that a tighter FOV would have done it much more justice.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking, because you can see the end of the world off in the distance. But if we were to take this image, cut it down to something like this, and pull it up, this is a much nicer
frame
image.
that I was like looking at.
And I know they're joking in chat about his render distance, but like you can still work with a lower render distance.
Yeah, just
by doing what Sulack just did.
Focusing on the small details, really bringing that camera in and showing off like what is in the image itself. Because at this point, like, it's a good shot, but half of the image is open skybox, right? Potentially some trees, if you wanted to plant some trees around the outside, that would help too quite a bit. I'm saying Yavar say in chat, hey, some extra trees would help. Trees help break up the skyline a little bit and make it harder to see that end of the world kind of effect that we've got going on. But this is it's a good shot. Definitely a lot to be improved with the photography.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the build. It's a good build. Keep going on this one. It's pretty majestic.
Okay, so we're gonna move over to Ben's shots. Ben is a simple photographer. I really like the simplicity in a lot of these images. First shot, we have, I believe it's Tommy in it, and is that Mumbo Jumbo? Two shots of our player heads.
Is Mumbo and Grian.
Is it Grian? I can't remember. Grian,
Yeah.
not Tommy. It's the blonde hair, isn't it? See, I don't watch Tommy. I watch Mumbo I don't know what I can't remember what Tommy's the thing looks like. Anyways, now that I've embarrassed myself and shows all my pro Minecraft knowledge, what do you guys think about this shot? As a photo.
It, to me, could have been either more simple or more dramatic, because it's like in the balance point between a straight on shot and like a dramatic side angle kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, the angle could be worked on. Either center it or like an underneath to the side shot would have been better.
I do think, yeah, it could be centered a little bit more. Now, you can get away with not having the centering, I think, by having a better background.
Yeah.
That's why
I
if you're gonna do asymmetry, there's got to be like visual balance.
Like the I can't even talk. The solid stone background makes this a little bit of a bland image. I think maybe adding some grass or maybe different textured stone or just something to make these characters pop out a little bit more.
Or be like darker and the back wall be lighter, or vice versa.
Yeah, something like that, just to change it up would definitely help for sure. Yeah, okay image. I think it's reasonable, but it's definitely a very plain photo. All right, next shot. This is of an underground missile silo that is the top of a warhead. What do you guys think?
My God.
What's the shirt?
I don't know what to think.
It's a hard one. I think this is an okay shot showing off a section of a build, but I think it's a very plain photo.
Yeah, it's all very plain. I think with I think if you were to like just for the sake of the photo add some dimension in that God, it's not bamboo. That it makes sugarcane over on the left.
Okay.
If you were to cut some of them shorter, leave some of them longer to add some depth on that side of the photo, I think it would have helped this out a lot.
This is one of those shots where I do think the environment around the feature would have been the biggest selling point of the photo. Like, if right now it just looks like the top of something in a hole with iron bars around it. But if you added more...
The bars...
Go ahead.
The inner bars don't do anything because there's a big hole in the side where you can just walk in. Like no iron door or anything.
I think if we added something around the outside of the missile silo, so it wasn't just dirt walls on the missile, because of course if you have a missile silo and you're launching a missile, you don't want dirt walls in the missile silo. The dirt will just fall apart.
You're not gonna be keeping that bad boy in dirt,
right? And maybe some stone-ish concrete-like areas around the outside to make it look like it's an industrial space. But this is a very hard object to photograph in the first place, so it's a reasonable photo, but I definitely think there's a lot more that could be done to spruce this image up a little bit. Ben, you being poor made you lose this one? No, I don't think so. Photography is our goal here. We're looking at photos, not necessarily builds, but we're looking at how you
photo with a disposable camera. Like,
now this image right here though is a 10 out of 10. Absolutely. 100. It's the best image you could possibly make. There's no better images out there.
Yeah, I knew that one was coming.
The pandering is strong with this one.
Yes.
But the composition is good for a portrait.
It is a perfect portrait composition. My only critique is you definitely could have had a better background to shine and to light off or highlight my amazing features, right? My strong jawline, the lowered brow.
Either the
I'd say you
subject
definitely
needs
got
to
his
be
good side.
lighter and the background darker, or the background needs to be, vice versa. The subject isn't popping enough from the background.
And you definitely couldn't have picked a more handsome person to pose for your image.
Canadian jawline.
All right, let's go down the list. Now we got some shots from Toil here. I really like some of these images. Now, I will point out the thing that does pop out to me a bit is that the shader on this is probably a little bit much. I like it, but I think it's a little bit too...
It's harsh.
It's very harsh. This is supposed to be a very soft image, but it's got very, very hard shader lines. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts behind this?
The sheer cliff face on the back of that is it's the central focus of the image on accident, sort of, because of the darkness compared to the like brightness of everything else. It's unintentionally the focus. The cat's in the trash. Hold on.
I'd wager that it actually works as the focus because it kind of puts the scale on it, right? Like it gives it
needs
more
some
like
depth to it if it is going to be the focus. I do like the little Easter egg
suppose.
of the purple sheep in the boat. That is fun.
Mhm.
But it is
I like
definitely.
this one.
I like it too. I think this is very nice, quaint. It definitely could have a lot more depth in it. There could be a lot more, like, because there's like a consistent lighting across the entire thing with the big black cliff face in the back. I'm actually, Yavar's pointing out that his shaders are carrying. If we took the shaders out of this, I still think this is a nicely composed shot.
I like the visual balance of it, like the angle. Stop. Hold on, my cats.
but
God damn.
but definitely highlighting that cliff and having it a plain cliff face does take a little bit away from the image itself.
Yeah, I think even a temporary fix while you're not because it's a lot of work. As someone who does a lot of terraforming is so much work, but you could temporarily give that depth by taking black wool and making a fake cave on the cliff face with some torches on the outside, or just something to give purpose to that block of stone.
So that, yeah, exactly. Or maybe like a lookout point at the top, or
To me,
go ahead.
it feels like from the point from which it's taken, it adds a sense of like grandiose, like, and it has a very fluid like line of sight. Like it flows to that cliff face so well that I honestly feel like the way that the cliff face looks is less important than
Here's
the
what
overall feel of the image.
Here's what I think Kiri likes. There's a famous cliff face here in BC called the Chief. Okay, and if you were to look at some images of it, like let's take up this image right here. It's a Getty image, but you can see there's the town down below, and the Chief is this massive rock cliff face in the background. There's a few different spots like that. I agree. I think Kiri, you're somewhat right. I will point out, to give the middle ground of this, if you took a look at those, I just closed the window, but if you took a look at those pictures of the Chief, there are just small highlights in the rocks itself.
Of like snow or moss or trees or bushes.
So something to kind of give it a little bit more, but I do care you can hold your opinion strong that you really like this photo, and that's fine.
Compositionally, I love it too.
Okay.
The visual asymmetry, like it's balanced asymmetry.
Yes.
And it's just overall a really nice balanced photo.
Okay, next image. This shot right here. I haven't even seen this area on Scrubcraft. You guys maybe will have to show me it later. And just keep in mind, guys, it has to be an area on Toil. Has to be an area on Scrubcraft. So if we do verify the win for the image, I have to see the exact area where it comes from. So can't be from a creative area. Toil will show me that at some time. Okay, that's no problem. This image, what do you guys think? I think it's a pretty nice image with a few things that could be improved for sure. What do you guys think?
It's really hard. I'm really trying to push myself past looking at texture packs.
Yes.
Because the texture pack is adding a lot of whimsy to the area, which does very much fit with the area. But I'm curious, like, what it would look like with more, not entirely vanilla textures, but it's hard to compare this with other ones in that sense.
To be nitpicky, it is the shaders, not the textures, I believe. They're causing the big thing here. Come on, Mr. Dizzy. No, sorry, that's mean. No, I'm just bugging. But
I'm a graphic designer, Minecraft expert.
Okay, but here's what I'm thinking. This is one of those images that easily could have been framed a little bit better. Very nice shot, very good spot, very nice build, and of course an excellent choice of busts to put on the top of these buildings. But if I zoomed in just a little bit,
that's got better.
We have a
once again, FOV could really fix this one.
Exactly. This is
Or
why
not even just FOV, but cropping.
just cropping a little bit, getting a bit better framing. This is why photography works really, really well. Toil says it makes the frog look worse when zoomed. Well, it makes
my expert photo of Sulack should win.
I like the frog.
I like the frog. Maybe zooming in makes it look a little worse, but zooming out makes the photo look worse. So do you want the photo to look worse or the frog to look worse? You got to pick one or two. Toil said, "Why does your Texas speech worked? I heard it just fine. If you go back in the review, then or the whatever VOD, you will see it somewhere in there. We were just talking while it went through. All right. Next one. He went to Janava to take a few shots.
Yanava.
The Yanavans. What do you think, guys?
Ben, you don't have to be rich to take shots. You can just use Janava.
Exactly.
You can use others' riches. I love the creativity of this one a lot.
Me too.
I like the idea of being like in the hay and like looking up at this like majestic like tower, and I think
the point of view of a rat.
as
the Janava from
Toil
a point of
just said
view
in
of a
the
Janavan.
chat,
Sorry.
the black dot is something went a little funky here, and like I'd say that's just under 1/6 of the image is this giant black dot from the hay.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate because otherwise it's a good shot, but I think if you'd moved like a half block to the left and we could see whatever's behind this piece of hay on the right, then I think this would be a 9.5 out of 10.
This image was very close to being an excellent image.
Yeah, that's
very,
like,
very
it's
close.
So close.
Except it is brutally ruined by that giant black dot covering up what looks like one of the windmills in the top right there.
Yeah.
It would be so nice to see that. Maybe
it would add a lot of
just a little bit
just
more.
Fun, just like production fact. Grab a few screenshots. It's free, and then go review your own and pick your favorite. Like,
I had a
you
boss.
don't have to take just one screenshot of an area and stick with that. You can take a few and pick your favorite.
In my photography job, my boss always said, the key to taking good photos is just to take more photos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just standing here and spam that screenshot button, and then you get to go through a whole bunch of the different screenshots that you've taken and find like the exact perfect one that will help you
strafe left and right, jump, take your screenshots,
yeah, just every angle you possibly can, give it a little bit of lighting, different times of day, and then you get to go through and pick the exact one. It was hard because you had to jump a light show at the right moment. That's the hard part about getting photos. If it was easy, everybody would be taking nice photos. So you always could have slash crawled or slash lay, right? We have actually no, lay puts you down on. Oh no, wait, that's third person.
POV, you're a worm in
Either
the
way.
hay.
Yeah. So we really like this photo, but I don't know if it's the one because just that big black dot. All right, next shot. The classic shot. I think I've seen the screenshot a few times.
I really like this one. I am a fan of this one, and mostly because it looks like, well, my first reaction was like, oh, this should be a print, and just the little bunny in the middle adds so much Minecraft charm to it all. I don't know, just
I really
incredible.
like this. But
I love the composition, and the vibes are great.
I'm gonna tell my one big problem with it, and that's coming from somebody who's seen every single screenshot of the server, pretty much. Not every single one, but more than everybody else ever has. I've seen this in so many screenshots so far. That is one thing that takes back just a little bit. Now we're talking about screen composition, so I do like how the overall composition is great in this photo, but this is like taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower, right? Or this is like taking a picture of
Niagara Falls.
I wasn't familiar with that background, so
everybody,
but,
if you've been highly
It's like
involved
being
in
like,
those
oh,
things,
cool picture of New York.
exactly. So I like it, but again, I'm only one of the judges here, right? So
this is one of my favorites because the sun's in the right spot. Like, you can take a picture.
and
But
I'm not
having that
against
bunny there at the right time and the sun at the right spot in the sky, and yeah, I think it's I'm just like this one.
Yeah, see, Toil, and I'm not against everybody having a point where everybody takes the same screenshot of the same area over and over again until we find the very the most perfect screenshot of that area. So, I don't know about this one, but we'll see how the judges, how the other judges judge it when it comes to the time. All right, next screenshot. We got a puppy. We got Chad himself. Those are not screenshots from the server. We've got some more memes. And then we got Nightshade. Of course. Couldn't pick a better subject
This a shrine?
to shoot. Is this a shrine?
It looks like either some sort of weird dungeon, if you're into that, or like a shrine.
This is another 10 out of
Yeah.
10 photo. In my opinion. But how would we improve it?
I appreciate that they got the same picture. Like symmetry going.
But the room as a whole isn't symmetrical.
This is true.
Cause so the pictures are on an odd, like, or they're on a
Mine
picture
is better for
to
the reason of I did
picture
not
line
decapitate
picture
Sulack.
line, but the wall is line different color line different color, but they're offset. It's bothering me.
In terms of the build, it definitely could be improved. There are a few small things that could be done to make things look a little bit more symmetrical, make them look a little bit cleaner, a little bit easier to see what's going on, especially with kind of the random spattered blocks all over the place. And, you know, it is what it is. I do think the image itself, in terms of photography, could be straightened up just a little bit. If you're going to take a picture straight on from the wall like this, you really want it to be as straight on as possible. Or, if we're thinking about it from a different perspective, we could be taking an off-angle shot, right?
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking about taking a different angle from the one that you have, and this one would have been much better, like top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. Something that kind of like shows off the depth of the wall, because looking at it straight on with the heads kind of takes away from it, I feel.
It makes it a
But
little
it
bland.
is in a very surreal, like, optical illusion way, sort of jarring in a way that I can, like, artistically admire.
That's where I was thinking, if it was like much straighter on, then it would increase that optical illusion. It would make that pattern look a little bit more deliberate, I guess, and it would be a very interesting photo. There's a lot of interesting photos of things that are just straight on, very simple shots, and I don't mind that. So if that's what they're going for here, then they probably should commit to that head-on screenshot, as opposed to right now where it's like off to the side a little bit, not perfectly centered, but almost perfectly centered. It might even be slightly perfectly centered. It's probably actually just the structure that looks off, but even then too, looking too much at the floor probably could look a little bit higher, you know, just center everything. There's quite a few small details that are involved with taking a perfectly straight shot that could definitely be improved. So I do think next on this one, but
Yeah.
the build is impressive. Like I say, I love the subject. I don't think this is from the right server. I don't think we have South Park NPCs. So, you know, we're going to just move on from that. If we don't win oh wait, we have to go all the way up? We got to go look at, I forgot about this, Syntax picture. Holy moly.
Oh
Thank you,
my
Drafty.
God.
This is the pit. This is Syntax's pit. He's been
Oh my God.
digging this by hand. No TNT.
How many chunks is that?
How many chunks? I have no idea. It's quite a few, actually.
That's big. Because I dug a 1 chunk pit down to bedrock before the update.
Yes.
And that took 5 ever.
This is
And this is like way bigger than that.
This is down to old bedrock. He's gonna be digging it
Yeah.
down to like actual bedrock now, double that depth, which is insane. Toil said he helped. Now I like this screenshot, but I don't think it's really a screenshot. I think this is a functional
Yeah.
screenshot. This is a
Yeah.
Yeah.
an image that shows off, this is what I have done. This is the area that I have dug, and
The hole has been dug.
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, look at this majestic hole that was dug.
It's almost
The hole has been dug.
It's almost symmetrical, but not perfectly symmetrical. It shows the entire thing, but not one specific
all in
detail
frame.
of it. It's all in frame, but not highlighting any perspective or like any specific style or like. There's nothing more to the photo other than just the whole. Kira, you were gonna say something?
That's literally all I was gonna say.
That's it. Exactly.
It's the whole, not the artistic whole.
Exactly. So yeah, that's but I do say next on that photo. All right, let's go down past the dog and the Chad and the memes. Okay, Fried Chair has some photos here that I think are very nice. Wait, is this from Scrubcraft? Did you guys spawn in with actual skins and everything to take these shots?
Good question.
Yes, they did. All right, I really like this. Holy
We got some
moly.
cosplaying going
We
on.
got some effort being put into these shots. All the screenshots. Wait, is the South Park one? Is this like a texture pack you guys did? Wow.
Well, that's fun.
Okay, we are gonna judge the South Park one. I do think this is really fun. As a huge fan of South Park, you have definitely caught the right boat. You're on the right track for sure. Now, as a photo, I do think this could definitely be improved. We do have Cartman, as usual, thinking he's the main character by highlighting himself in the photo and putting all of his buddies off to the side. You can see,
These are so funny.
like to improve a photo like this, we'd want to center our friends, put everybody in kind of a group shot, make sure that the feet aren't being cut off in any way. There's a lot of this photo too that is sky and extra stuff, and there's not really reason for that extra stuff. Kiri,
Name tag is bothering me.
Sleepy.
So much.
Oh yeah, you got anything else you guys want to add in that?
Yeah, just the name tag's bothering me so much. This is so close to really like amazing, but the feet being cut off and the name tag are the two parts that keep this from being like a top-notch shot.
And you definitely could have gotten rid of the name tag. That's a very small detail, and yes, it's a bit of a pain in the butt when you guys did all of this excellent work, right? This is so good, but it's close. It's like it's almost there. It's almost there. So excellent photo. Next shot though. I love this one. Okay, I assume that it's a Breaking Bad reference. I do love the
This is fun.
the hazmat suits going on, and Jesse and Walter.
And the little like end rods being like some sort of like we're cooking something, you know.
Chemistry. This is a Friday shot.
Yeah.
I love it. And the lighting too is so nice. I know we don't worry too much about the shaders, but you did put that effort in, and just a little bit highlighting on Walter here, kind of showing him off a bit more. The sun in the background, showing off their cooking. Man, this is a very, very good screenshot.
And what are they holding?
I think they're holding the
Are they,
potions. Yeah, potions. It looks
Yeah,
like.
that's funny.
Now,
That is pretty good.
small things. I would have angled those potions so we could actually see them, because we have no idea what.
And I want to see the left character's face a little more.
Yeah, if I could see the characters' faces a bit better, that would be excellent. But overall, this is a very nice shot. I am super impressed by this one right here.
This is good.
This one, man, there's some very good screenshots in here. Holy moly, this
Oh, Schlam Duncan.
Slam Duncan. We got some basketball and Fridia. That is something
Oh.
else.
This is fun. 'Cause the part that I like about this is this is a type of shot that a courtside photographer would take too, when they're like down low, getting up at the subject, and really like making it look like they're jumping so much higher. And this is another case where the wide angle does work.
I don't even think it's, yeah, the wide angle does actually work. It is a bit of a wide angle, but definitely it makes the player feel like they're flying through the air. There's a reason why.
Isn't that like the angle that Jordan takes too? I don't know if I don't know anything about basketball, but I don't know if that jersey is actually Michael Jordan's, but I'm pretty sure that's the one that he has like on a shoe brand.
23. Yeah, well, the shot, that's a classic shot, right? A super classic basketball shot with the player ball in hand, about to dunk, legs spread apart.
In the background.
It is excellent with the city in the background. It makes it look like it's just some guys playing basketball. And I even love the tiny particle off in the top corner. Just, it adds momentum, right? Like, and
it's like dust got kicked up.
Exactly. It's just like it's so good. Now, I see people saying that shaders kind of mess this one up. I don't think so. Like, now there could have been slightly better, more refined shaders to make the hoop look nicer, but you can very clearly see the player in the shadow, right? Like in frame, fully in frame too. So you get more depth to the image. You get all of this extra detail. There's not too much going on, and even in this shot, seeing the sky, seeing so much sky, it makes it look at the basketball players flying, right? Like it really does. This is a really nice shot. I think this is excellent, top tier. Last shot in the series here. We do have, I think, what is this, Andrew Tate?
Probably.
Something like that. That's what I was thinking. Or
These are so funny.
what other bald millionaires? What color is your Bugatti? Exactly. Comment Sulack W. Thank you. This is a good shot right here. Now, here's the one thing that catches my eye immediately in this shot that I think makes this an L. That makes this a no-go. What do you guys think? What do you guys think that is?
It's not super vibrant to me.
I was gonna say it's the perfect day to go out boating, right?
Kinda gray.
Yeah.
And then that makes the
I mean, I
light
guess if
bar
you're Andrew
in the
Tate,
ship,
then maybe it
or
is.
in the boat, it makes the light bar in the boat and the orange hair stick out too much when those aren't really meant to be the focus subject. So
Yes.
You tried to do sunrise, but it was raining. Well, maybe you have to wait
for
another
it to stop
day.
raining.
Yeah. So, time change mod. All right. Yeah, I do. It's good. It's a very well framed shot. I like this one. It's okay. I'd say it's not as good as the basketball one, but it is definitely there.
Definitely good.
This would have been a top tier shot too if it was sunny. If it was a beautiful sunny day.
What a day for boating. The water's gray, the skies are gray.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have to put on any sunscreen at all. It's gonna be a little cold.
All right. So those are excellent screenshots, Chair. Excellent. We still got.
I like the background work behind it too.
We spamming shots. I'm gonna put a cutoff here. Because when I started the stream, when we started reviewing, Tony was the last shot in the list, so we're gonna stick with Tony's, and that's gonna be it. But I see some I see such an upgrade in screenshots down below that we'll take a look at them after anyways, but they will not be in the competition. Please do the Spider-Man. Where's the Spider-Man? Do you have a Spider-Man one? Oh, this one? We can look at it, but we'll go through it in a second here.
Oh,
Okay.
That's fun.
That's super nice. I see such an upgrade in screenshots. Maybe we probably will do a few more of these competitions.
Yeah, they can probably be considered for the next one, but wherever your cutoff is your cutoff.
All right. So Tony's shots. We have, it looks like, an end farm beside an end city.
This is personally like one of my freaking favorite aesthetics, so I'm trying not to let that bias me too much because it is a really nice composition, but the shader is carrying it a lot.
I do think the shader's doing some
Because
heavy
the end
lifting.
does not look like that.
In terms of composition, like in terms of what you're taking a photo of, actually, it's really nice. Like
it's really nice.
It's so cool seeing an end farm set up. It like
Yeah,
it,
cool angles.
But the fact is that the end city right here is kind of off in the corner, off in the distance. I think either the farm should be the focus of it. If you zoomed right into the farm with the end city in the background, it would be excellent. But right now you're showing off the skybox, right? That's what this is. It's like, look at these cool objects in the skybox. If you wanted to highlight this a little bit better, pull the camera back even further so you're showing off how small the farm is in comparison.
And the scale of everything.
And exactly, the scale to everything with the beautiful background. So, very, very close shot. What do you guys think?
And I really like the chorus fruit glowing in the bottom. Like, that's a nice, like, touch for me. But
would it look that nice
it's
if it
very
wasn't
close.
for the shaders?
Yeah.
That's my question.
No, probably not.
Okay, nice shot.
So it's like almost there. Almost there.
Next one. I love this one. I think
A
this is
simple farmer and his cow.
beautiful.
I like the chicken. Zoom in on the chicken.
He's just
The
peeking
little
out.
yeah, the little
He's
Can I
peeking.
take care was I open the browser? Oh, it's super high resolution too. Oh, this is super nice. Little chicken.
The chicken.
It's
Hello there.
the farmer and his wife.
Oh, the zombie. Yeah. Just some simple, hardworking Americans.
What do you guys think? Give me some thought on this shot.
Good time of day.
Ah,
It's just a good, wholesome little zombie family in their farm. I know that this one was probably more of like a, oh, this is kind of cool. They're all together. Let me take a screenshot kind of thing. But if this were to be staged, like having some crops around it to like build the farm scene would be good.
Something more intentional. I love the structure in the background. I
Yeah.
absolutely love it. You
And
have
the trees on the left and the vast openness.
the
Yeah.
default Minecraft like plains, default Minecraft grassy area. But then you have off in the distance just a little sign of the player, just a little tiny bit of the player peeking in, like it's almost like in hard industrialist art where you see like Mother Nature and then you see mankind off in the distance and their structures and their
Manifest
machines.
Destiny type beat.
Exactly, just creeping
It's
across
got-
the land.
It's got a very Elden Ring reminiscent like framing, because if you look at any at the thing I really love about Elden Ring's art is you can look basically in any direction and it's screenshot worthy. It's fantastic, and that kind of captures that energy for me.
And it's just very charming Minecraft. Like, I see this and I see charming Minecraft.
I think any that's what Kira's saying. Any section,
Even without shaders.
you pull off, it looks like a cool screenshot. You zoom in, you got all the creatures in the background. You take the far left, you have the structure, you have forest, more creatures. Like every section of this has like detail that you can look at. This is really, really nice. And Toil asked, what about without shaders? Even if you took the shaders off, everything that we said
It's
still
nice
applies.
composition.
We didn't talk about the lighting. We didn't talk about the fog in the background. What we're looking at is all the little bits of detail, right? All the little creatures off in the background, the structure,
Chicken.
and this is nice. The horizon is right in the middle of the photo, so you don't get too much sky, you don't get too much ground. It's a very nice, very, very nice photo.
Agreed.
Okay, next shot. Now this is an excellent example of what could have happened for photos up above with the flying flying village. So these ones up here,
I really like this one.
that's okay, but if we come all the way down and we look at this example, this is a little bit more there. Now I will,
Because the flying stuff pops out from the background a little more.
of course, the shaders do help in this one. They help quite a bit. And it is, I would point out, a little bit hard to see that this is a floating structure. The camera could come down even a bit more. And also, my small critique on this is that the field of view is a little bit high. So you see how everything looks like it's warping up at the top left? You have the have the top left structure there kind of stretched out. If the camera was backed up just a little bit, the field of view brought in, this would be a much nicer photo, and probably brought down a little bit too, so you can see the fact that that structure on the right is floating in the air. But this is a very nice shot.
Pick one structure to be the visual center of the image.
Yeah.
I kind of like that the
lot of
intention.
intention.
Waterfalls are the visual center. In
Yeah.
all honesty.
I think waterfalls would be nice too. That definitely. I really like the photo because it shows from bottom right to top left the entire feature with those waterfalls flowing down the middle. We definitely could, and I think the big thing that is taken from this is the field of view of the shot. That's the biggest thing, where everything looks really, really warped and kind of weird. If that was straightened out a little bit, it would definitely be a lot nicer photo. Any other comments?
Even a few degrees can change it a lot.
Definitely.
Minecraft Quake Edition.
Sleepy, what is your favorite image here?
I have to look back and refresh myself. Probably either the one of the village from Toil.
The first one?
The village at night. Yeah.
Okay.
Either that one or the farmer.
Gotta pick one.
Village.
The village. Okay, so all right, you guys can actually back up their votes. We're gonna put this together here at the end, but you can back up their votes by reacting. I've got the sleep reaction on this screenshot right here. So if you guys agree with Sleepy on that, go ahead and react. Kiri, what is your favorite?
So I'm gonna give my top 3 and then the winner.
Okay.
For me. So I really enjoy the farmer. We're on the same page. CP on that one.
Those photos are
Good.
midi.
The next one would definitely be the basketball shot. It's just
that one was my third.
Yeah, it's got such a good feel to it, and my number 1 is in fact the village.
Wait, the flying village, this one right here?
No, the village at
The
night.
night village.
Oh, the same one that
Yep.
that Sleepy selected. Okay, hold on. Let's see what I can. Yeah, there we go. There's gonna be.
A Kiriko.
Yeah, we'll do a Kiriko one.
That works.
There we go. A Kiriko. Okay. I'm gonna do my favorite. It's going to be the Sulack porch. No, I'm just kidding. Not Sulack. I think my top favorite, number 1, absolutely, is the basketball shot. That is my absolute number 1. All right, and they're all in one post, but I'll still put this in. So if you guys react to this, then there will be, yeah, and we just go react to your favorite guys. The top reacted one, there will be a little surprise here too. All right. Now, it looks like then at that point, Toil is the winner. The number 1 winner of the 1 year for I can't even talk right now, for a server, for Minecraft server. Excellent shot. Very well composed. I think even without the shaders, this shot would have been probably one of the top tier anyways.
It's giving cozy Minecraft, just you're wandering, you found this village, even though it's not a naturally generated village, it's just a nice wholesome shot.
And you guys can look this up too, but it follows what's called the rule of thirds, very, very closely. So the rule of thirds is when you put, let's just use this. When you cut a photo, you have to excuse my cast hand-drawn lines.
Ooh.
And you cut it into thirds.
Ooh.
Okay. There should be some kind of focus on these specific points, these third points. There is, right? Now, there's no, like, it's called the rule of thirds, and there's no rule behind it, but it's more of like, if you line your photos up with these sections, they'll end up looking very, very nice.
And if you look at a certain camera viewfinders, you can actually enable that.
Yes, they're built into a lot of cameras, and even to, I know in Minecraft, there are some screenshot mods that actually have the rule of thirds built into it. You can turn that on and off from there too. Okay.
And it helps a lot.
So, let's take a look. We have 3 votes on Toil's picture here. And we scroll all the way down. We have 5 on the basketball picture. I think, Mr. Chair, you are going to be the second winner here of another server. I will give it to you for a year. It'll be a little less powerful than the one that Toil gets, but you will for sure have it. I'll set you guys up with some logins and passwords and all that kind of fun stuff, and show you how you can get set up and how you can load in your own mods and everything.